Hey everyone, it's Julia at Farmhouse Harvest. Hey, I'm trying something new today, doing a live garden tour. If you've been following along with me on the blog at farmhouseharvest.net or on Instagram or here on YouTube, you'll know that we are building a house. So that also means we are building a new garden. We are going from a 1 acre home to a 10-acre home. So part of the reason we wanted to do this was so that we could have a really big garden, but time was getting away with us. Building the last couple years has been very challenging. This is the 6th home that we've built, and we've been working on this for 2 years now. So I didn't want the garden season to get away from me, so I went ahead and just put a garden in. And so I'm gonna just take you around. I did show you a little bit of this a few weeks ago, so I will link that below. And I'm just gonna take you through and show you what we're doing now.
And so I gotta talk.
Yeah, you wanna say something?
Yeah. So look at plants we did.
Yeah, we planted plants over here. So this is the first thing that we did was I was starting to get nervous that we were going to miss our gardening season. So we put weed barrier down and just planted right in the weed barrier. So this is what we did first. Yes, we did put cages on the tomatoes. Yes. Benton planted a little pumpkin plant right here in the alfalfa, and it is just doing great.
Yeah, and it's throwing some seeds.
Yeah. So before we started our building project here, this was just an alfalfa field, and we are actually leaving quite a bit of it in alfalfa. There'll be at least 8 acres of alfalfa. Actually, we will be turning this one right here into a pasture, and we will put animals on that one. But the pasture over here, which is about a 5 or 6 acre pasture on that side of the house, will actually be, it will stay in alfalfa for now. But this is the first thing that we did this year was we put down this weed barrier. I usually always do these raised beds, but I didn't have time and I just really wanted to get plants in the ground. So I just planted right in it, and this has only been in the ground for about a month. Maybe a month, just barely a month. And everything is doing surprisingly really well. I think that all these plants really love the black weed barrier because I think they like the heat that it's bringing. And then we just put a drip line down so that we could automatically water it and not have to worry about it every day. But these first 4 plants here, 1, 2, 3, 4, are 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all butternut squash, and those have at least almost quadrupled in size. These are some watermelons I need to get in the ground. I just set them there so that they could get water while we went out of town for a little bit. But these ones, I mean, they are so much bigger than they used to be. So those are doing really good. I like to have butternut squash because it stays good all winter long, and it's something that I will be able to store in the root cellar, which I will show you in a little bit. I'll show you the progress on that in a little bit. Okay, so then I've got a couple jalapeno pepper plants right there. I see a few little flowers that are starting to come on there, but they haven't opened up yet. So those are coming. I don't do a whole lot of jalapenos. I will do some salsas and some fermented or pickled jalapenos or both this year, but 2 plants is plenty for us. And then this right here is cilantro. I think it's too hot for it right now, but it really liked the weed barrier. Did really good in the hot weed barrier.
And potatoes are coming up.
Yep, our potatoes are coming up. We'll show them that in just a minute, okay? Yep, good job, buddy. Okay, so this is a zucchini squash. I only planted 1 zucchini squash because we usually get so much zucchini. This plant was like this size right here when I planted it a couple weeks ago, and
this?
It's huge now, huh, buddy? And we've got little little zucchinis growing on there.
Yep.
So zucchinis,
Yeah.
we usually only need one zucchini plant
Yep.
because they make a lot of zucchinis, huh, buddy?
Yeah. And don't pick that zucchini yet. 'Cause it's not ready.
And zucchinis do really well here, so we get a lot of them. Okay, on to the tomatoes. So there's 7 caged tomatoes here. I just put these cages on.
And this tomato here is doing really.
That one is doing really well, isn't it, Benton? That one is a beefsteak tomato, and yeah, it's really taking off. And the rest of these are Roma tomatoes because I'll be making salsa and canning them. And they have less juice in it and more flesh. So the Roma tomatoes are good for canning. Yeah, lots of ladybugs in here, huh? Those are cool. Do you like those ladybugs? Yeah. This cage looks a little funny because I got these at the DMB, but that one didn't have all the rings on it was supposed to, so I'm hoping that will be okay. Next to the tomatoes, we have another winter squash here, which I've never done before, but they're doing really good. They all have fruit on them already. Delicata. I've never done this before, but maybe you have. They are all producing already, and so I'm excited. Well, there's 4 of those. I didn't like squash as a kid, but as an adult, I really do like squash, so I'm excited about those and hoping they'll store well in the root cellar too. If you go past that, we've got 6 sweet pepper plants.
Mom, who's rainbow?
And we really like picking sweet peppers and just eating them fresh out of the garden. In fact, we've already picked and eaten several, even though these plants are tiny.
This one. This one right here.
That one is a Blue Hubbard squash plant, huh, bud?
Yep.
Yep, Blue Hubbard
This
squash.
one right here is doing really well.
Those are doing really well, and those ones are a different summer squash. I never have grown these before, but one of my neighbors brought me some. They are super yummy. Yeah. So I saw them and planted them, and these ones are doing super well too. They've all got blooms on them.
And this one here is super duper big right here.
Yeah, that one is super big, isn't it? And that one has that one's got some squash growing on it. So these summer squash plants
No.
have grown so much in the last 3 weeks.
Is that squash?
Yeah. I would definitely say if your plants aren't growing very well, or if you're in an area that doesn't get enough sunshine, plant in black weedberry or black plastic because they really get a lot more heat and it kind of reflects the sun.
Mom,
Anyways, they do really well. No, Mama's gonna hold it, buddy. Okay, let's show them the potatoes. Should we show them the potatoes? So excuse our garden. We still have alfalfa some places that we haven't put weed barrier down yet. Okay, hold my hand. All right, so we do have potato plants coming up. This is our potato bed. And we've got about 20 potato plants in there. And they're just starting to come up. Just starting to poke through
and
the soil.
Come see our beets. Come see our beets.
We'll show them the beets in just a minute, okay? So I actually waited too long to get like russet potato starts here. And I live in Idaho, so you know that's pretty bad. But so these are actually a purple huckleberry potato plant. But I'm excited that they came up. I was really worried about that.
But these plants right here are pretty big.
Yep, they're pretty big, buddy. Okay, so
And this plant right here.
let's show them the beets, buddy.
Okay.
So the first box that we planted, we actually planted with the Detroit red beets for canning, and I will pickle these.
I'll help Mom pickle these.
Oh, you're gonna help me pickle them? Yeah, we love beets at our house. They're so good. Never ate a beet until I had a problem with gallstones. But beets are super good for your liver. They're also super good for your heart and athletic performance. So many things. They're super good for you, so we love beets. And I will probably pick these and then plant again so that we have plenty of those. Okay, so the beets are right here, and then the next 2 boxes are strawberries. My mother-in-law is a farmer's daughter, and she is awesome and always makes sure that she has plenty of starts for all of her kids. So she does the raspberry starts, blackberry starts, and strawberries for us. Yes. And she gave us so many strawberries, so many. We definitely could have broken these clumps down and planted a much bigger area. But we're kind of planting as we go, as we build boxes here. So I just did what I had available, and that was 2 boxes at the time. Those are also on drip system, but these boxes are just going to explode by the fall. They'll be completely full, and next year they'll be completely full, and then I'll have to take plants out of them and start a new strawberry area. So let's see. And then we've got 2 more boxes. One right here. This is kind of like the kids' combination box. We've got fennel, tomato, basil, a couple more tomatoes, and then eggplants down there. Go figure. My kids. Yep, go wash it off in the hose. Good job, buddy. My kids, I didn't think they liked eggplant. I slice it and dip it in egg, and then I dip it in Parmesan cheese and bake it, and I love it, but I didn't know the kids actually liked it until they asked for it. So there's 4 eggplants, and then my 3-year-old Benton, who's helping me today, he decided to put a cantaloupe right there. So anyways, this is just kind of a little bit of everything in here. And then the last one we're just working on today. Yeah, we've got kale. You like the kales? Those are yours?
I picked them.
Yeah, you picked them out. And then the bell peppers, which you picked those ones out too, huh? And I think that one's a cucumber, and then the sweet peas, which will hopefully grow up on here. It is getting kind of hot right now, so I'm not sure how well they'll do, because it's kind of a cooler weather plant. And then if you come over to the other side of the garden, we have 3 rows of the raspberries and then the row of blackberries. And they're doing really good.
Mom,
So these ones,
I want to show them something.
these all went in within the last 2 weeks. And I have some more alfalfa coming up. Of course, in between we didn't spray them with Roundup.
Mom, come.
So we will just have to keep digging that out
Mom, come.
unless we decide to spray.
Mom.
But they're doing really well. Hold on a second, buddy.
I want to show
And
them
then
the chickens.
we'll show them chickens in just a minute, okay? And then this last row right here, we've got a blackberry plant about every 6 feet or so.
Blackberries come up.
Yeah, these are going to need supports. I was waiting for the excavator to backfill the root cellar right there, which he got done while we were gone this last weekend. So now I can go ahead and cover this area with weed barrier. And I think I'm just going to plant into the weed barrier because I've got a couple rolls of it still. And these plants over here in the weed barrier did so well that I think I'm just going to plant right in the weed barrier. We did do a couple plum trees. There'll be a gate right there in the middle. And then, of course, the chicken coop is right over here.
Okay.
And that will get a fenced chicken yard. But so we still have a lot of work to do in our garden. But everything is doing really well. And I am just super happy about how well everything's doing that I just put in the weed barrier and thinking, that's actually a really good way to go. Not sure how good it would be for long term, but like I said, this was an alfalfa field not very long ago, and so the ground is soft and nice this year. So we might have to take that up and put a cover crop in or something. Okay, we do have the chickens over here, and they're actually getting ready to start laying eggs. So we just bought them some nesting boxes, and we're going to go ahead and put those nesting boxes in their coop. So hopefully they will start laying in that, and we're doing that tonight. Yep.
And come see
Okay.
the chickens.
Well, we will show you the chicken coop on a different video, but I hope you enjoyed this garden tour. I hope it gave you some ideas, but I am super excited about how well everything is doing that got planted straight into the weed barrier.
We'll show them what's it.
So,
We'll show them.
hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We'll see you next time.
Mom, we'll show them what's it chickens in the chicken coop.